Hello and welcome again to this weekend market reviews for the 24th to the 28th of July 2017. First of all, it is my very best pleasure to announce to you that we have now moved to our new live trading room and signal service platform. At least, as you are going to see, this is a more user-friendly platform with a better interface. Okay, come in here, explore all of its contents. There are a lot here. All right, just try to explore all of its contents. Try to check and see what we have in here. We also have free trading strategies. All right, just come in here, you will see all of these free trading strategies for you to study. These are very informative, very educative contents that you need to explore. All right, from Hector himself, you will learn a lot with all of these free trading strategies. Okay, then you can also you may also want to check out our advanced indicators that we use ourselves, or subscribe to the line copier service, where you get our technical analysis replicated directly to your MetaTrader 4 platform, or check out our mentoring course itself. All right, there is just a lot here, and it's really going to be educative and very interactive. Okay, you can scroll down as well to see all of those contents that we have. Recall that we are just moving from our old platform to our something new, bringing some of those contents from our before to our now. So this is just in fact, it's like a fresh blood being pumped into the system, and this is going to be boom. All right, in the live trading room, we are going to have a perfect live trading room itself, where you will be seeing our screen as we'll be broadcasting live around in here. Right, this is where you will be watching us live on daily basis, twice or even more as the market might demand. We'll be broadcasting our screen live here for you to watch, and this is of course the chat window where we all will be communicating. All right, aside from the Telegram group which was created, we can also communicate right here. Okay, if you scroll down, you will see the signal section. All right, of course, we will be posting all of our trade setups right here. You will be seeing all of the parameters, entry, stop loss, profit targets, and all of that. All right, the trade setups will be coming right here. Okay, as soon as a trade setup is being posted, you will definitely get an alarm bell. All right, an alarm bell will go off. So if you are in the live trading room chatting here, once you hear that bell, you want to scroll down to see what signal has been posted for you to our trade. Okay, so it's going to be a fantastic trading experience that we are bringing to you. Okay, all right, having said this, let's now move into our charts and see what we have right there. Let's begin with some of those pairs that we reviewed as of last week to see what price action we did get. Okay, first is the sterling pound against the Australian dollar. This is the daily time frame. Remember, we were talking about this reversal candle of this level of support. All right, and for all of you who took this trade, placing your buy stop order and was triggered right there with your stop loss right in here, I am sure you were hit on that stop loss. Okay, why were you hit? Did you try to find out? Every review we tend to look into the Forex economical calendar to look at those high impact news announcements, those monetary policy statements that you must keep in mind while trading the markets. Okay, well, in this sterling pounds against Australian dollar, this was quite a very valid setup. All right, it was a valid setup, but then something went wrong. This heavy momentum candle to the downside was as a result of a news announcement. All right, it was as a result of the monetary policy meeting minutes that was released from the Australian dollar axis. And if you were following the Forex factory economical calendar right here, you will see that that news announcement came in on Tuesday. All right, on Tuesday, July the 18th, from the Australian dollar axis, the monetary policy meeting minute was released. This was more of a central bank news item. And recall, I told you that if you are a long-term trader, you want to be careful with monetary policy statements, interest rate announcements, and all of that. All right, so this was what hit your stop loss for the sterling pounds against the Australian dollar. Okay, that news announcement was released on Tuesday, and if you look into your chart, what do you have in here? On Monday, the pin bar itself, the reversal candle that you have in there was for Friday. Monday you had a hesitation, and on Tuesday that was the drop to the downside, kicking out all of those stop losses that were placed. Okay, well, news announcement can spike the market in whatever direction, so you actually would have avoided taking this trade. In fact, since price did not perform for the first day, being Monday, you would have closed that trade out even for a small loss. All right, so what next? Price is now sitting on the weekly level of support. Let's zoom into the weekly time frame to see what type of support we have in there. In the weekly time frame, it is a channel. It is a channel formation. As you can see right there, price has been swinging up and down within this channel. And right now, price is sitting at that level of support. At that level of support, there is no sign of a reversal yet. Okay, that means the bears are still very much intact around this level of support, so you don't want to click on your buy button blindly. All right, you don't want to do that. The bears are still there. Let's zoom into the daily time frame to see what we have. Daily time frame, well, at best, what will you have in here? Even if you try to draw a channel, if you try to draw a daily channel, well, that will really look ugly. It wouldn't be nice. If you try to wait for price to push all the way in here to look for a short entry, well, I am afraid that might not play out very well, because from the breakout to at this point, price went too far away, so we might not have any reversal of that point. Price might just make another turn again, retesting this level, either for a continuation push to the downside or for a bounce. All right, so the much expected level for price to make a turn might be somewhere around in here. Let's try to draw that line. Right, we might see price coming back up again a little bit somewhere in here, then another fall to the downside, either for a breakout or a bounce. Okay, as it is, we will not want to put ourselves in this condition of trading at that tight range where you have resistance right there and support just below. At best, we want price to move away from this junction of the chart, either for a push to the upside or a breakout of that level of weekly support before we want to begin searching for trading opportunities. So the sterling pounds against Australian dollar, you want price to move out of this junction of the chart before you want to keep searching for trading opportunities. All right, let's look into the next pair, the euro against the sterling pounds. Well, this was my friend and my enemy at the same time for last week, the previous week, before last week, and last week. Okay, I was trading this pair. Of course, we had some heavy selling pressure right there, and I was short in this pair. But last week, as price kept moving, I found that I have been trapped. Okay, so I closed that trade for some losses in the middle of somewhere. I am going to show you that right now. Okay, what we are having here is more of a market confusion. Price tend to be expanding, all right, in an expanding range, an expanding triangle, which is indeed a market confusion. I actually updated most of you who are following on Facebook that we are having a market confusion in the euro against the sterling pounds, and as a result I closed my trade, taking some losses manually. Okay, let's see the Facebook page. Of course, let us see where we made that update. Okay, right here, let's scroll down a bit. I did posted on Facebook that the euro against the sterling pounds is on a clear market confusion. All right, you can see that post right there, and this was the expanding range. Okay, the expanding range. Immediately I made this post, I took the decision to close my trade somewhere around in the air for some loss. Okay, all right, so let's get back into the chart, and looking at the daily time frame, you can see a heavy market confusion right there. Okay, prices seems to be expanding in that range, swinging up and down, and right now prices at the top of that range. It is indeed a 4 hours time frame price action that you can see clearly that price has been banging off that level as resistance, and of this level as support. I took that loss somewhere around in here. Okay, that was where I closed my trade altogether, taking that loss. Well, it's just part of the business. You need to accept losses whenever you think you have been trapped. Okay, all right, so right now price is at the upper boundary of that triangle leg. Is this a point that you want to click on your sell button? Well, you don't want to do that. Okay, you don't want to do that. Price might just keep pushing above, bouncing off that level, and the trend, a whole new trend will just start. Okay, so don't click on your sell button. This is a pure market confusion. You don't want to trade in market confusion. This is not a reliable pattern, so you don't want to go short at that level of resistance. Avoid the euro against the sterling pounds for now. Okay, all right, let's look into another pair, the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. This is the daily time frame. Last week we were all waiting around this junction of the chart to look for a long entry, and that didn't quite happen. We didn't find the right entry, rather we saw price cruising back into that channel, and giving us an entirely fake breakout around that junction of the chart. This was obviously a level of resistance that we were waiting for a pullback, but instead of getting that pullback and a continuation formation, which didn't quite happen, price cruised back in. This is a typical fake breakout price action. Okay, so that fake breakout was an indication that the bears were more at this area of the chart to drive price back down into that channel, and even breaking below the lower channel leg. Well, you can also see how price was indeed really volatile as of last week. Price just kept breaking its level of support and resistance without giving us any valid entry. So there was no trade taken right here for the sterling pounds against the Swiss franc. This level here has been damaged. It has been broken up and down, so we have taken this line off. Okay, this one here, price has broken below. There is the tendency that price might make some continuation formations by pulling back up to retest that point and cruising back down. But then we have a blue line which is coming from the weekly time frame as support. So price again is trapped within a level of support and resistance. The trading room here is not really much. All right, it is not large enough. There is not a much trading space for us to be taking our short entry right here. So at best we want price to move out of this little space. All right, either for another push to the upside or a breakout. So once price move out of this junction of the chart, then we will be able to start searching for trading opportunities. For now, the sterling pound against the Swiss franc is trapped within a level of support and resistance. So you want price to move out of this junction of the chart before you want to keep trading this pair. Similarly, the sterling pound against the American dollar, this is the daily time frame. Remember that we also analyzed this pair as of last week, where we were waiting for a continuation formation with this solid breakout candle of that level of resistance, but that didn't quite happen. Price made the pullback and messed up with that level, not giving us any valid continuation formation. So no trade was taken because we didn't see any valid entry. Okay, right now price has cruised back down into this congestion area and is sitting right there. What next? Well, this is entirely a fake breakout. All right, it is a fake breakout, and there is a likelihood that price will push down again for this week. Okay, so you should expect the sterling pounds against the American dollar to make some bearish pushes right there to the downside. You want to be very careful. There is no valid setup here for us to trade because price made this fake breakout, but then you also have a level that might act as support. This little trend line that you are seeing has been holding price as support. So if you are clicking on your sell button, you should be conscious of the fact that you are trading against that little level of support. Okay, so be careful. At best, you want price to move out of that little space right there. Price should either push to the upside or break back down before you want to keep searching for short opportunities. So we are also trapped in that junction of the chart, so be careful with the sterling pounds against the American dollar. All right, this level has been broken to the upside and broken back down, so we are going to delete that line. Okay, we are deleted that line. What we have now is this one right here. Okay, let's move into our other pairs that we are following for this week. But before that, let's look into the Forex Factory economical calendar to see those high impact news announcements, those monetary policy statements that are scheduled for this upcoming trading week. As you can see in the Forex Factory economical calendar, Monday is a more free trading day. There is no high impact news announcement scheduled for us. The most of all of these high impact news announcements that of course the long-term trader should be careful about is the most powerful FOMC news announcement. All right, this is coming out on Wednesday, the 26th of July. A very powerful news announcement that has always spiked the market in heavy momentum. So our interest rate about the American dollar will be discussed on Wednesday. So if you are a long-term trader and even an intraday trader, you want to be careful with this news announcement on Wednesday. Okay, all intraday traders should of course be careful with all of these news announcements are scheduled right here, because these news announcements are capable of spiking intraday charts against your technical analysis. Okay. All right, and of course we will be trading the interest rates, the FOMC news announcement live. We'll be looking for possible trading opportunities to see where we might find something good for us. And as news traders, all of these news items will be on our radar for us to implement our news trading strategies. Okay. All right, let's now move into the charts again and continue with our reviews. The Australian dollar against the Japanese yen. This is the weekly time frame. Last week we were following price right here, watching price around this level that has been holding price as resistance to see what price action we are going to get off that level. And as you can see, we had a fake breakout. Price hit that level and failed to close above that high. So this is a fake breakout, a very valid trading opportunity, of course, for us to trade. If you are interested in this pair where you want to either be aggressive with your entry or be conservative with your entry. If you are conservative, you want to place your sell stop order 5 pips below the pin bar itself. That should be your sell stop order, and if you are aggressive, you want to click on your sell order right there as the market is going to open. Okay, and your stop loss, it's either you are aggressive or conservative as well with your stop loss. If you are aggressive with your stop loss, you want to place it at 5 pips above the 50% of that pin bar. I repeat, your stop loss, if you are aggressive, you want to place it 5 pips above the 50% of that pin bar, and if you are conservative, you want to place it 5 pips above the high of that pin bar right there. So we have two types of traders here: the aggressive and the conservative trader, who might want to take this trade using their different approaches. Okay. All right, well, of course, in the live trading room, we'll be giving you the exact level to place this trade, so don't you worry about that. Let's now look into the next pair, the euro against the Canadian dollar. Euro against the Canadian dollar, price is sitting at a level of resistance, an optimal sell zone where you should be looking for short opportunities alone. All right, see how price has been bouncing off that trend line. Anytime we get a swing to that area, price tend to come to the downside, and another push again to retest that line, price crashed back down. Right now we got a price again hitting that particular area. You should be expecting price to come back down. Okay, so depending on your trading strategy, you should be looking for short opportunities right here in the euro against the sterling pounds, and your stop loss should not should just be few pips above the trend line itself. All right, that is where you want to place your stop loss. If price hits your stop loss, well, be confident enough to take your loss, move on looking for trading opportunities elsewhere. Okay, otherwise this is just a valid area for you to search for your short entries in the euro against the sterling pounds. Actually, this is a second chance opportunity that this pair is offering us. First, it came all the way here in the live trading room. Of course, we took this trade, we cashed out our profit somewhere around in the air before the euro interest rate announcement for last week was released, and price pumped again to the upside, but could not break above. So we are having a second chance, a trading opportunity right here for price to come back down. Okay. All right, let's look into the next pair, the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar. Recall that last week we analyzed this pair, calling this area here as an optimal sell zone. All right, we talked about price hitting this point as an optimal sell zone, and last week being a very volatile week with the Australian dollar monetary policy meeting minute released, we saw that volatility, price are pushed up to that area, almost pushing above, but then it failed. All right, it failed, giving us a weekly inverted hammer formation right there. That is a sign of bear pressure. Okay, so very likely for this week we should see price turning around back down. Let's see the daily time frame and see what we have right here. Okay. All right, this is the daily time frame. That trend line, you can see how price again has been respecting that one right there, and price went all the way to hit that trend line, and we got that very ugly doji formation there. That doji is a low quality signal with a poor risk reward ratio. We usually do not trade that type of dojis, but then we know that we have a reversal in place. Okay, so for the Australian dollar against the Canadian dollar, we are already seeing the bounce, and you should expect price to keep coming down. All right, if you are taking this trade, you want to place your stop loss somewhere around in there. Your entry might be somewhere around in here. Okay, you just need a pullback, that should be your entry, and your first target should be somewhere around in here. This should be your first target. So it's a nicer trade with good risk reward ratio. Your second target might be hitting somewhere around in here if you have the nerves to keep that trader running. So you should have your second target right here. Okay, so in all, this pair should be pushing to the downside, but if it doesn't and turn around to hit your stop loss, be brave enough to take that loss. Do not shift your stop loss. If you shift your stop loss, you'll be causing more problems for yourself. You'll be asking for more troubles. Okay, all right, that is that. Let's now look into the final pair, the euro against the American dollar. Well, price seems to be pushing in the direction of our reviews. Okay, last week we talked about price are closing above this level that has been acting as resistance, and there is the likelihood for price to keep pushing to the upside. Last week, with that euro interest rate announcement, we saw that heavy momentum push to the upside. Actually, I was trading this pair. I was let me actually just show you what I took right there. So on trading that news announcement in the euro, I took one position but had about 3 partial lots closing. All right, this was one of those closes, the euro against the American dollar right there, and that was my profit right there. Then I closed another one here, a partial lot, the euro against the American dollar, and again that was my profit right there. Then the final one, which is this one here, I closed right there. Okay, so the euro against the American dollar was a profitable pair for me as of last week with that news trading. Let's now see what we have for this week. Okay, all right, so price is still pushing to the upside. We can now adjust our line to cover those swing highs that we have previously. Okay, so this swing high right here, this is the most optimal area of resistance right now. So the euro against the American dollar might be facing that last level of defense right here. If price is able to cruise above, then the bulls have won this fight completely. Otherwise, you want to be careful clicking on your buy button at that particular area, because there is the tendency that price is going to at least respect this highest swing high right there for maybe just a little pullback before another push to the upside. Okay, all right, so in the daily time frame, what do we have in the euro against the American dollar? Well, nothing here. Price is heading to that weekly line that I was telling you, so we are going to be seeing what reaction we will be having there. Okay, all right, thanks for watching this video. This is basically all, and now that the new live trading room is ready, we are going to be having more daily reviews as the market trades within the days. Okay, thanks again. If you have questions or contributions, do not hesitate to post them under this video, and also if you have not subscribed to the YouTube channel, please try and subscribe. I want to see your comments, I want to see your contributions. Let's all trade this market together. Cheers and have a profitable trading week. Bye bye.